So in Apple, on iCloud, you have different plans. So the basic plan is 200 gigs for 12 ringgits. And the 2 tera is for 40 ringgits. And you can share it with your friends and family. فالحين لو كنا 4, if we were 4 right now, we could share the 2 tera. So each one of us pays actually
20,
less than
20
what you're
ringgits.
paying. 10 ringgits each.
Wait, 10? Oh, أيوة صح.
Yeah, so 10 ringgits each. 10 ringgits each, and you divide 2 tera by 4, that's 500 gigs.
Damn.
So you get 2.5 more than you're paying right now for the same price.
Damn.
We just need 2 more people.
Damn.
Mariam, how about you join Apple?
No.
Please do so.
No. أنا ده غرق وجبت زيه بالظبط. Do you know what that means?
Attached. Someone's attached to their phone.
كده.
She's clearly attached to her phone.
I know, right?
She reminds me of my dad. My dad does this.
Also attachment.
So, no. My dad, when he buys a phone, he buys like 3 units of it. And I never understood why. But there's a simple reason. Because he buys one for himself, one for my mom, and the third one that he keeps. When his phone breaks down, he just changes with the other phone. I don't know why they think like that. For me, if my phone breaks, I find it as a perfect opportunity to change the phone.
Yeah.
And I just buy a new one.
Yeah,
I guess
literally.
not everyone thinks the same way. And now that I see Mariam, I can understand that. Okay, he's not alone.
Usually a phone lasts longer than you think, though.
Yeah, much longer than you think.
Yeah.
Actually, it's actually rare, at least in Apple, to see a phone that is actually completely broken down, that can't work at all. I still see people roaming around with the iPhone 6S's. Like, that's how solid it is.
You know, my old phone was actually an iPhone 7.
Okay.
And it lasted, like, for 5 to 6 years, I think.
Wow.
Yeah.
It saw you growing up.
I actually don't remember when, but it lasted for a really long time.
I can imagine.
And it's still alive.
Oh, you still have it?
I don't have it, but, like, it's in...
Yeah, it's in there.
Yeah, it's in there somewhere.
Interesting. Assalamu alaikum, everyone. Welcome back to the Cashatics podcast. Today we're joined again with your favorite hosts,
Mariam.
Hajar.
and Muhammad. Or MBS, whichever you want.
You know, Adam asked me about, why do people call him MBS? Is his name MBS? And I was like, no, his name is Muhammad. I was like, no, there's just like half of the nation are called Muhammad. So we just called him MBS for like easier
recognition.
access. Yeah.
I feel like you got too comfortable.
Oh, yeah.
By the way, guys, we're now in a new studio. It's a new location, basically, and I'm way too comfortable as you might have felt.
Yeah,
honestly.
I can see that.
Even Mariam was sitting in a pretty oddly mannered. I don't know what's it called exactly. What
Position.
Crisscross.
Yeah.
No.
So she's also at ease. Anyways, guys, it's been a very hectic week as usual. Why do I always start episodes like this?
Because it's fun.
I know, right? But I feel like when I repeat the fact that the week was hectic, people kind of expect it. Like, it's always been hectic.
You're very negative.
We're at uni, so it's always going to be the case.
Negative.
Did you have a hectic week?
To be very honest, yes, as usual. Lots of meetings, lots of work. It's funny because, you know, sometimes I post, not really on social media, but like on Snapchat maybe, I post about some of the meetings that I have, and people will be like, oh man, you're studying so hard. And little do they know that most of the time I barely even study. Like after 1 p.m., I do nothing related to studies, in fact.
What do you do?
Oh, extra work, internships, projects.
You're doing internships at the moment?
Yep, with a doctor. So he's got a company. Mariam knows exactly what I'm talking about. So he's got a company, and I'm working with him. I'm working in another company as well. And, I have my own projects as well. So, you know, it's very hectic, as we said.
Yeah.
I love staying busy. I just love staying busy. I feel like...
For some weird reason, if I'm not busy, I will get depressed.
I know, right? Because the thing is, I actually believe that free time is the biggest enemy of humans.
But you need free time.
Not too much free time.
Not too much free time, of course. But
Of course you need free time, but not too much free time. Look at all the nonsense that you see around you. Most of the people who spend their lives in nonsense, it's because of one reason, free time. To a point that it's even become like a proverb. Even in Arabic, like when you see someone doing like weird stuffs, you're like, هذا واحد فاضي. يعني هالدرجة. So like, you can even feel that being too free is kind of negative when you think about it.
But then there's also like the other end of it.
Which
Being
is,
too busy is also bad.
Balance, people.
of course,
And as I always say, balance is key.
I have a question.
as the Prophet ﷺ said, خير الأمور أوسطها. The best of things are always the middle.
I have a question.
Please ask your question.
Did you use this system during your undergrad?
Which is,
Did you study after 1 p.m.?
actually, I'm supposed to study after 1 p.m.
So like I want to say something. So like
Okay.
throughout the years, MBS had this schedule that he followed.
Which I
It
still
was
have,
the
by the way.
MBS schedule.
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
Yes.
I've seen it.
Yeah. So like I don't know what happened now.
I think you're doing that too as well. No?
No, I don't have a schedule.
You still don't?
No, I don't
It's
have
been
a
like
schedule.
3 years that I'm telling her to do one.
She
you're
doesn't
lost.
follow
I'm a
schedules.
free spirit, okay?
Yeah, she doesn't
What do
follow
you mean
schedules.
free
Free
spirit?
spirit.
It just helps you organizing your time.
I
better.
don't like being organized. I like the chaos.
I can tell.
I flourish in chaos.
That's why you have mental breakdowns.
Yes, I was just gonna say after my mental breakdowns. So I break down,
peeps,
cry, then flourish.
If you want to avoid mental breakdowns, maybe you want to consider having a schedule. You know, the idea of a schedule, I think I've said it before, but the basic idea of the schedule is very simple. Don't get into surprises. Have everything planned out. That's it.
I like to be surprised.
You know, I actually don't have a schedule either, but I usually have a to-do list. She's seen it. She's seen it.
I hate
she
her to-do
hates
list.
She hates it for some reason.
It's like a list of tasks that you need to do.
Yeah, a list of tasks that I need to finish. So
lot of
what I
tasks.
do is every morning I wake up and then I write it if I have time. If I don't have time, I will probably write it in class or like, you know, somewhere. And then like organize it according to time. If I'm free now, I do this task. If I'm not free now, I'm not gonna do this task.
But there you go. But then your schedule is in your head. You basically have
Basically,
a schedule.
yeah.
so
My
'cause
schedule is basically in my
If
head.
you allow me. Because basically, when you're... Okay, so imagine this. When you're writing down your to-do list, you're already visualizing when you're going to do those tasks throughout the
Yeah.
day, right?
Yeah, I just
that's-
don't specify time to it.
That's technically your schedule.
Technically,
You
yes.
just don't have it in a square shape, just like we do, but that's basically it. It's
Yeah.
basic idea.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I do the same, I think. Yeah, I have my tiny notebook. That's cute. And so I started doing this, which I like doing. So I have this document that's blank. And it's like my brain, I call it my brain dump, where so I write the date and then I start writing everything I want to do, everything I'm thinking about, everything for the day when I'm finally like free and sitting down. And then, yeah, I see it's basically a to-do list. But then the next day I see what I didn't finish and I write another one and then try to combine. So that way my brain's empty and I can see everything in my mind. So I've also implemented this in my FYP. So like, you know how we have progress reports and e-log books.
Yes.
So what I do is every time I start working, I describe every single detail I'm doing. I take screenshots every time I do anything. And then when it's time to write my logbook, I just copy everything, put it in ChatGPT, and tell it
And
to organize
reorganize
it
it.
and rewrite it
That's freaking clever.
for the length of the weeks I'm doing. And then that way, I'm not lying. I'm kind of not lying because these are the things I did. Sometimes I write the dates of every day. Sometimes I don't and I'm too lazy. And then I elaborate to ChatGPT what happened. And then that way I have everything organized and it saves me time. So I like that. So I think it's like organized chaos. That's maybe that's how I can
Organized
see it.
chaos. That's a pretty nice way
Because
to
I
put
do
it.
like chaos, but you still need something to like follow.
I like the name. It's an oxymoron. Like complete
Using
opposite.
ChatGPT ethically.
Well,
Thank
then,
you.
so guys, you can implement this way by Mariam. It's called
Called the
organized.
Mariam way.
Organized chaos. Let's go.
Chaotically organized.
Whatever name it is.
By
Tomorrow's
Mariam
going to be a new
Shijini.
edition as well.
My new book coming 2025.
For some reason, you're always writing something when we're speaking.
No, I'm not writing.
She's
I
not.
draw.
She's drawing.
She's drawing. Okay, guys, you know what? We're gonna upload.
She's doodling.
We're gonna
it's
upload a
basically
picture of her drawing at the end. I'll take a picture of it. Remind me to do so.
I think it helps me be more real. Like when I'm not focusing on, when I'm not thinking, so everything is like unfiltered.
Talking about being real,
What?
can I ask a real question?
Be for real.
Be for real.
What?
To be very honest, how are you doing? I sound like Anas Bukhash right now. Whatever his name is.
Controversial.
It's
How about you answer the question now?
Yeah, answer the question. She never answers.
how am I
questions.
doing?
Yes. No, wait. On a scale of 10 first, and then elaborate why.
What's your scale? 0 being what? 10 being what?
0 being atrocious, 10 being amazing, lovely, full of spirit, full of goodwill, and
Yesterday, it was a 3. I felt like there was like a dark cloud that I was walking like under.
AM or
Okay.
PM?
Yesterday?
Yeah.
3
No,
over
throughout
10.
the day.
3.
Hajar, you gotta focus on that, please.
Bro, she said yesterday it
focus.
was 3.
It was
Yes.
3 over 10.
3 out of 10.
Yeah. I did not interpret it
Focus.
like that.
Focus.
I was like
And
3
then-
AM or PM.
And then I had my mental breakdown. Alhamdulillah. I wasted like 2 hours after my mental breakdown recovering.
Can you explain to the listeners what does your mental breakdown look like?
It usually is basically me calling someone, a family member, usually my dad or someone else, and then talking normally. And then suddenly, like I start, like something triggers me. And then I start crying and saying everything. And like it's like a dam that's been opened. And then I cry. And then it's over.
For 2 hours.
No, it doesn't take that long. It takes like maximum 1 hour. And then after
Yeah,
that
only
phone
1
call
hour.
is done, I recover from that. Yeah, so yesterday I recovered for like 2 hours. And then at 3 a.m., I started productively starting a task in my FYP that I've been delaying for so long. And I'm done with like, let's say 50-65% of that part. So it's been productive. So I feel like, yeah, so after that, after like I finished the 50-65%, my day became like, I was feeling way better. It was like, yeah, it went to like maybe 6 or 7.
That's interesting.
Yeah. And you can hear it from my voice. It was so weird. And the thing is, what happened was on Friday, I decided to take a break because I've been like doing my projects and assignments, and I had tests for like the past 3 to 4 weeks. Even during my midsem, I wasn't that free. So I couldn't like really de-stress from uni work. So I decided on Friday to take a break and paint for the first time in like forever. And then I painted 4 paintings. The first painting was shit. Excuse my language. The second one was actually nice. Third one, I was like, oh, I need a little bit of black. So the second one was like very colorful. And then by the third one, I was like, it's missing a black. I need to paint with black. And then by the fourth one, it was, yeah, it looks like someone is mentally ill. If you see it, it's wrong. So I think that's what triggered the rest of my week being at a 3. I still don't know how, but yeah, art therapy works, people. try it. But like supervised. Don't do what I did. Because then you'll have a mental breakdown like 5 days later.
Art therapy.
Yeah, it actually works. So you know how I doodle when I'm writing, when I'm talking. So that's basically it. So I went to someone, then it was basically me painting and then talking. So when I'm painting, you can see what I'm doing, and then it reflects how my emotions, and also when I'm talking, it's unfiltered. So it's so everything is pure. So you can really go into someone's brain when they're like not really thinking.
I actually do agree with you. You know, I remember an article that I've read before, and I don't remember the exact concept, but it was about when you're doing some sort of passive action, your feelings get expressed much easier. What I mean to say, for example, haven't you ever noticed when you're cooking, for example, you get to speak about what fumbles you or what's on your mind much more easily? You get those sessions with your mom, for example, in the kitchen while you're cooking, and then you get to open up so much easier. And that's not only it. It's not only about cooking. You can say the same thing when you're drawing, as she said, or when you're driving. Driving is also some sort of passive action in which you can speak and open up. You know, these sort of passive actions can actually have a great effect on your mental health overall, because they allow you to express yourself in a way that you wouldn't otherwise.
Yes. So there's this podcast I just saw. It just started.
What's the name of the podcast?
It's on YouTube. I don't know. It just started on YouTube. It's in Arabic. So basically what the dude does is he gets guests and he lets them paint on his face. And while they're painting on his face, he asks them like deep questions.
Ooh.
And they do open up. It was very nice, like, to watch it. It was like 5 episodes. They just started, but it was very interesting.
Imagine getting
We
a
should
criminal.
do that.
Imagine getting a criminal and asking questions. Well, first of all, you won't get to the end of the answer because he would have already cut your throat by the.
No, dude, there's this TV show called Mindhunters. It's about how the FBI started like interviewing, I think in the 19 somethings. I don't know what, but they started because they wanted to know what's happening in serial killer brain.
Yeah.
So they started interviewing serial killers. Like, they record the interview sessions and stuff.
Wow.
It's a really nice TV show. You should watch it. Recommend.
Definitely. So now we know that Maryam was a 3 and now she's a 7. You're feeling a 7 right now.
Yeah. 6.
We'll try to improve that. How about you, Hajar? You've been very quiet. I wonder why.
I've been listening.
Okay.
I'm now a listener. I've been demoted to a listener.
What's your score, or how are you feeling? How are you feeling on a scale of 10?
Right now?
Yes.
I mean, it's been quite a hectic week, I would say. Right now, I'm feeling like a 5, to be honest.
5?
Yeah.
That's like middle average.
Yeah.
Why is that?
It's actually been like that for the past couple of days. It's been a 5. I don't know, something about me feels like I haven't been as productive, even though, like, literally the past week was the most productive week out of the whole semester.
Are you using the word productive very loosely, or do you actually mean it?
No, I actually mean it. Like, sitting, studying, doing your assignments for a whole, like, let's say 7 hours. So that's, like, actually productive, you know?
Mm-hmm. Relatively.
So yesterday I overslept and I missed my first class, which was at 8 a.m. So I was like, okay, 8 to 10, I can go to uni at 11, attend my second class, and then, you know, see how the rest of the day will go. My second class got cancelled. So I was like, okay.
And you were on the way, or you were still
No. I was still in bed. Third class, I was like, should I attend? Should I not? Fourth class gets cancelled, so I was like, you know what? I'm not going for a third class. I'm not going to attend like the whole day. I'll just sit somewhere and start studying. 12 p.m., we go to university, and I met someone new. Okay, I got to know someone from mechanical, and that was a 1 hour talk. And then, of course, we ate, and then I was like, okay, and now it's actually time to study. So I sat there 3 p.m. until I think around 5. I actually did some work, and then I met a friend. We had an hour and 15-minute deep conversation. And
Emphasis on the word deep.
Deep as in, like, I literally talked about everything. Life, how I used to be young, because she was doing her foundation year, right? And I'm like third year. عرفت منين؟ أيوة صح أنت كنت امبارح التخلف ده.
والله ما في مخ والله ما في مخ والله ما في مخ.
I have a fish memory, okay?
I realized.
بس so basically we had like a deep conversation where we talked about like various things, friendships, you know, academics, everything, literally everything. And yeah, after that I continued to study. And then we rewarded ourselves in Al-Safa, where we saw everyone.
Rewarded at Safa. Safa is like the premium Mamak right now, guys.
Dude, Safa is
bro.
awesome, and the people there are so nice. Let's get sponsored by Safa. Dude, their bathroom is so good.
Dude, Safa is literally
Even their bathroom is
premium.
Safa is literally any Mamak, but on a higher range. I'm not talking about the prices here. I'm talking about the facility,
No, the
the
prices
service.
are normal.
Prices are,
The prices are normal with regards to the rest of Malaysia. Actually, I don't know if you guys noticed, but the inflation have been hitting the country really hard. I remember when I first came back in 2019, you could get
You came back in 2019?
When I first came in 2019.
Which year? Which
No. I came in 2019, but
which
which
month?
year? She was like maybe 2018 or 2017.
Which month?
In September.
Damn.
Yeah.
No, I came in December
December what?
2019.
Oh yeah, that's interesting. So we've been here for
I've been
quite some
there
time.
since July.
July 2019.
For UTM, yes. Malaysia, Ramadan 2017.
Wow. Okay.
Damn.
So old timers here. Yeah. So back in 2019, you could eat a normal meal at any mamak for 10 ringgits, or even less sometimes.
8.
8.
I did my
for the
whole
best.
meal. 8 ringgit.
I'll never forget this. Once I went to the cafe at N24 at the computing faculty, and I ate a freaking good meal. It was rice, eggs, chicken, sausage, sauce, and whatnot. And even a drink. Now, the drink was separate. And I got everything for 5 ringgits. You can't even dream of that right now.
The whole meal.
The whole meal with
and
5
the
ringgits.
drinks?
No, without a drink.
Oh, okay. But still, that's
You can't even dream of that right now.
not at all, bro.
Nowadays, if you want to eat at any mamak, the minimum you're going to spend is 12 ringgits. It's interesting because I was thinking about it. I was talking about it with a friend of mine recently. Mm-hmm. And we were basically comparing between cooking and eating outside. I stopped cooking, by the way, since a long time right now. Because of time, I lack a lot of time. I'm always busy. So I was like, you know what, let me just buy food from now
Meal
on.
preps.
I tried meal prep for a week, and I gave up after 4 days because I was eating the same food every single day.
You don't have to do that. You have to, like, okay. So the things I used to do, like
Yeah.
the meal preps I used to do.
Meal prep, quote unquote.
Meal prep. So basically, I used to, first of all, put them in the freezer, okay? And I had like different meals. Like I had a different set.
So you have multiple varieties. Yeah. I had 2. One for lunch,
then-
one for dinner. So every single day, I would eat the same meal for lunch and the same meal for dinner. You can
Bro.
imagine after 4 days, you can't do it
Of
anymore.
course you can't, yani, but like I meant like different sets for lunch.
Okay.
Like different types of meals for lunch.
Yeah.
Yani, like first, okay, so like first day you eat rice, and like, meat, like whatever. Second day you eat like spaghetti or something. Third you eat chicken.
That's a lot of cooking.
I know. That's why I actually did it once in the weekend, and then I had like a whole boxes.
So you bulk cook during the weekend.
Basically.
For me, the idea that I had for meal prep was for you to cook the same meal in a large quantity, so that you can segment it or divide it into different parts for the different days of the week. And my understanding by that was that I'll be having 2 meals that I'll divide depending on my lunch and my dinner, which were basically going to be the same every single day. And you can tell that it's not very attractive.
That doesn't work, bro.
It did not work for me.
Of course.
4 days and I was off. So after that, I went back to cooking like normal. And I left after that semester. I think that was the second semester during COVID.
Okay.
Yeah, so I left, I went home for like 2 years and something. Then I came back here like a new person. I kind of forgot how to cook. I mean, you can't really forget how you cook because YouTube is here, internet is here anyways. But then I decided that, no, look, I actually did the math for the money that I was spending in the ingredients for my cooking and what I was spending for meals. At the time, it was kind of cheap. And it turned out the same. And basically, don't ask me why and how I did those math, but they were pretty much equal.
Okay.
So now my problem was time now. Because if I buy my food, then I don't have to spend time to cook it. Whereby if I were to make it myself, I would have to spare more time for cooking. So the option was pretty obvious. I went for buying the food. Which I did ever since. And I'm seriously thinking about going back to cooking now.
How is your stomach?
Doing great. Pretty great. It depends on what you eat, by the way. Eating from outside doesn't necessarily mean that you're eating bad.
Yeah, I know, but like it does hurt the stomach sometimes.
It doesn't.
It does hurt mine.
How dare you? Because your stomach is a noob to street food. Because your stomach is a noob to street food.
Of course it is, bro. Have you tried Egypt street food?
Yes.
How was your stomach
Wonderful.
the next day?
Leave that. Have you tried Indian street food?
Indian?
Yes.
Yes, of course I did.
Oh, you did? How was it?
Too spicy.
Actually, people's concern for Indian food is different. It's not about the spice. It depends on certain parts of India whereby, I mean, you see the videos online and the conditions in which the food is made are quite questionable.
I've
to
tried
say the
the Chennai one during my 12-hour transit.
How was it?
It was actually really pretty good.
Indian food is amazing.
Yeah, I know.
Just Indian street food in certain areas is to be avoided
Then I did not
at
try
all
the
costs.
street food because I was in
Airport.
the only time I touched India was Chennai. Literally.
Interesting. That's where roti came from. Roti Chennai.
Yeah.
So,
Oh my god, for real?
yeah, if you guys don't know what roti Chennai is,
It's the best thing
Come to
in
Malaysia.
the world.
yeah, just come to Malaysia.
Just
This
come to
was-
Malaysia.
I'm too
Good.
tired to explain.
One of my friends actually thought it was fatir. So if
It actually
anyone
is.
went
Oh, yeah.
to Egypt,
It actually is.
yeah, she called it fatir Malizi.
It actually is fatir. I think in Pakistan they call it paratha. I know Pakistanis
that's something
will
else.
get mad
Wait,
That's something
for what I
else.
just said.
Prata is something
They're
else.
very similar. Come on.
Don't be racist.
I'm not racist. I'm just ignorant at this point.
That's something else because it's on the menu also.
Paratha.
Yeah, when
what does it look like?
I don't know.
Or like, oh, okay.
Do you know what roti Chennai is?
Yeah, of course I do.
They're twins.
Okay, that's racist. And now he's being racist.
Wallahi.
they literally look the same.
Don't be
Paratha and
racist.
roti Chennai are
Don't be
literally.
racist.
They literally look the same,
Don't be racist.
What?
and they
Like-
taste the same. By the way, they're different from chapati. By the way,
Speaking,
For my
speaking
defense.
of
Chapati?
Indian food
No,
and
chapati is
Pakistani
different.
food, oh my god. If anyone has tried the butter chicken, life-changing experience.
Oh yeah, of course.
Life-changing experience.
I don't know if I ever said this before, but
Okay.
my favorite meal is butter chicken.
Yes.
حرفيا.
Pakistani? Or the
Indian.
one, the ugly one from Western? Them.
Honestly, I went back home during last vacations, and so my mom asked us, "What do you guys want to eat?" Mm-hmm. And I looked at her in her eyes. I was like, "Butter chicken." So I was like, "Okay, that's it. But we're getting it." And I just love it. I just can't resist it, honestly.
Dude, there's a Pakistani lady
I don't know
here.
who needs to hear this, but if we ever get into an argument, just get me some butter chicken and we'll be fine forever.
Noted for future references.
There's a Pakistani lady.
You said that when I
has-
talked about the brownies the other day.
Oh yeah.
What
yeah.
brownies? Oh my god, I love brownies.
Oh yeah,
Oh, at the TEDx event,
Brownies
Basically.
are so
they
good.
were serving during the tea break. They were serving like some good brownies, bro.
Damn, ask them where they got them from.
Oh yeah.
I think it's that bakery. I had their visit card with me.
Really? So basically, he was eating brownies, and then he was like, if I ever get mad at someone,
If we get into an argument,
if he gets into an argument with someone, okay, you just need to get him brownies.
This
and I
is
literally
funny.
said the same thing. Noted for future references.
I don't know what those future references
You
are.
never know
Never
what
know.
happens.
Fight.
What
for
are
brownies.
your favorite foods in such a way that if you were to get into an argument with someone or you get a fight with someone and they gift you that food, you would actually forgive them?
Sad.
It's a very good question to ask.
That's a question, by the way.
I know, but I'm a fast forgiver.
You're a fast forgiver.
Damn.
Well, I'm also
I hold grudges.
I'm also a fast forgiver. I just forgive faster when there's brownie.
I mean,
Or butter chicken.
I mean, any type of desserts.
Yeah.
Actually, as long as it's sugar.
Yeah,
What?
it's not.
This is funny. So for Hajar, if you get into a fight with her, okay, just get her something with sugar and you're good to go.
She'll sleep. She'll sleep and forget.
Definitely. Sugar makes me sleepy.
Noted for future
Yeah,
reference.
that's why she now stopped drinking boba.
Oh yeah.
I miss you, boba.
Oh, same, bro. So last 3 semesters.
Yes.
3 semesters ago. Okay, I was like
That's
very.
a long time ago.
I know,
I
right?
know, right? I was very obsessed with boba. Okay, and then at some point I was like, why is this drink making me sleepy? Turns out it was the overload of sugar. Like the tiniest amount of sugar used to make me like really sleepy, And I used to get so confused. I was like, everyone is drinking like boba like a normal person. They don't get sleepy as I do. Like I really get like really, really sleepy, like to the point where I just lay down and I can't do anything. No energy, nothing. I just go to sleep.
Makes you lazy.
Yeah, basically. And then I was like, why is this happening? I actually still don't know what's happening exactly, but now I consume sugar normally. I think I used to overdose on sugar.
You needed the break.
I needed a break, of course. I really overdosed on sugar.
Actually, as tasty as boba is, it's full of sugar.
Yes.
Of course, it's tapioca.
I mean,
and,
look-
and sugar and stuff. Yeah.
No
They
amount
also
of sugar.
add sugar,
Yeah.
more sugar.
It's so good.
It is good. We do not disagree on that. But if you
But
really
not
care about
every
your
day.
calories, if you care about your sugar intake,
So no, I don't
Bruh.
think I can forgive someone.
even with sugar,
Even
no.
with desserts?
you're hard to please.
No, I hold grudges, so I don't think it applies to me.
As funny as it sounds, Mariam is probably the most. I just have the Arabic word for it. The most farfusha person you're gonna meet ever. Like she just never seems to ever get mad, but somehow she's the one saying that she holds grudges.
But she gets
I-
mad. Have you ever seen
I
her
can
mad?
hardly believe that.
Have you
Actually,
ever seen
no.
her mad?
Actually, no. I never saw her mad. I saw her annoyed at a few instances. Mm-hmm. Like she was clearly not at ease, but mad as in like
Mad?
angry and all that. No, never.
I think I've seen it once.
Once. How was it? Tell me. How would I know?
It was explosive.
Explosive?
Yeah.
What?
It was crazy. And I was like,
What was the reason?
what was the reason?
When? Was
During
it this semester?
No.
Oh,
It was, I think,
sad.
2 Eids ago. It was during Eid, okay?
During Eid.
Yeah, and she wanted to leave. Okay, we were at Watson's. Okay, and we were like a huge group of friends. I think it's not really huge. It was honestly like 4 or 5 people. Okay, and they were looking at the makeup section, and we literally don't have interest in makeup, not really much. And she was like, "I want to leave." I was like, yeah, but like they're looking at the section, at the shop.
Yeah.
They were having like 60-70% discount.
And
so,
she went nuts.
Yeah. At some point, she was like, I want to leave.
I don't actually remember that.
And then I was like,
I don't remember.
You don't remember that?
No.
You literally shouted at us, like
Really?
for literally
She
wanting
actually
to.
did?
Damn.
She was like, I want to leave. And then I was like, okay.
I
No
don't remember
way.
anything.
I literally.
Was her face red? Like, was she?
Yeah.
Wow, that's
Her
a different
face was
Maria.
red.
I realized I get red, like my face turns. I thought I never, like, my face doesn't like become red. Turns out
It does.
it does.
It does when she's mad, and I was like, dang. Okay.
Oh, well.
I've never seen her mad before.
I wish to never see that, Mariam, as well. That was full of
Yeah.
hope.
I probably won't remember.
She
What are
doesn't
you-
hold a grudge against us now. Do you?
Yeah,
She
she
doesn't even remember.
we're good people, so.
Yeah.
How about you?
How about me? What?
Like, what are your characteristics? So, what about you, Hajar? Hajar? So, how about you, Hajar? What are your characteristics
No,
when
her
you get
name's
mad?
Sarah.
Sarah?
Bro,
What's up, Sarah?
what's up, Sarah? Okay.
So, what are your characteristics when you get mad?
When I get you, I think you can see. Like,
She just blows.
I blows up. Yeah, I blow up.
She blows a fuse?
It doesn't matter. She just destroys
Yeah.
Anything and
you can see-
everything?
yeah, usually it's because she's hungry.
Oh, okay, so
Usually she's hangry. Yeah, most of the time. Yeah, it's like 80% of the times she's it's because of hunger, and then she eats. She's
noted
like,
for future reference.
she's like, I think I was hungry. Yeah.
Interesting.
So now every time she gets angry, I'm like, did you eat?
It's like the go-to question.
And then we see what happens.
It's interesting when we speak about anger because it reminds me of a hadith of the Prophet ﷺ. So basically the companions used to describe the Prophet ﷺ when he would get angry. Mm-hmm. And they said that when he was angry, his face would become red. So like he wouldn't have any explosive behavior. He wouldn't behave in a very impulsive way, but you could tell because his voice or his face, because his face was always so shiny and he was always smiling to people. So when he would get angry, his face would just turn emotionless, let's say.
Okay.
And his face would become red, subhanAllah. And that would actually scare the hell out of people. Imagine meeting someone who's always happy and always smiling, and all of a sudden their face turns red and they have no emotion.
That's
creepy.
actually scary.
That's very scary.
It's very scary, to be honest.
But knowing how to control yourself during anger is also very important, and not everyone can do that. That's why another hadith where the Prophet says, ليس الشديد بالسرعة إنما الشديد الذي يملك نفسه عند الغضب. You know, the strong person is not the physically stronger, but the one who can control himself during anger. And that's so hard.
I think, if you
That
think
is so
about it,
hard.
and
It's not an easy task.
It's not easy, and it makes sense because in anger when you get angry, you just can't control yourself.
Of course, your
so
emotions
the
play.
consequences are bad
Yeah, that's why.
afterwards. So that's why, I think it makes sense. So if you try to control your anger, or else, and then think about.
What are some practical steps you would advise people when they get angry? What to do when you get angry?
Depends on how you get angry. So if you're explosive angry, So
Like
just take deep breaths, deep breaths. Try to give excuses to people. So till you calm down, just remove yourself from the situation.
Did you give excuses to the people
Try
who were
to-
looking at makeups?
I don't actually remember that incident at all.
Okay.
But yeah, just try to remove yourself from the situation till you basically dissociate. So by dissociating, it means that like you're like not in your body, but you're just looking from like high above to assess the situation.
Disconnect from the situation.
Yes, it's a term in NLP called dissociating. So there's associating and dissociating. Dissociating is like removing yourself from the situation and looking from the point of view of someone who's not involved,
In this situation.
unbiased. Yeah,
Yes.
and then you assess the situation till you calm down and process it maybe later, or process it so you can understand what's happening. Maybe your anger is emotional. It's a technique that when an incident happens, it doesn't matter if it's anger or if it's sadness, if like you're going to like have a mental breakdown, you don't want it to happen right now, you just you control your breathing. So you do some breathing techniques, and then you try to like look at the whole situation from like above, basically. So that's dissociating. You just remove yourself from the situation, like emotionally, and just be
Be
someone
outside.
who's like a bystander who doesn't know what's happening, unbiased. So because sometimes it's your anger is sometimes emotionally, sometimes it's hunger, it's sometimes unexplainable, maybe. I don't know how to say it, but like it's usually something in the situation itself. So if you don't control yourself and don't understand how to like, if you're misunderstanding the situation and then you release your anger at the wrong time, maybe something bad will happen. Maybe you'll offend someone. Something bad will happen, and then you'll regret it later. But then when you dissociate, you assess the situation, you understand what's happening. Maybe you're in the wrong. Maybe it's something you did that triggered something, or maybe it's a trigger that is unrelated to the situation. Someone just said a word, and it's unrelated. In any normal circumstance, it wouldn't do anything, but it's just a trigger that triggered an emotion in you. So yeah, dissociating really helps in these emotional situations, because emotion like blinds us, blurs.
They cloud your
yeah.
ability to think and to take decisions.
Yes. And then associating is the opposite. When you're like outside and you sometimes you just zone out and it's like you're not there. So associating is basically bringing yourself back to the situation, trying to be present with yourself and present in the scene you're in, so you can enjoy like the things that are happening right now. This is for people who are always thinking about the future and
overthinking.
Basically overthinking. Yeah. So that's Mariam's advice for this episode.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's actually quite interesting.
How about yours?
How about mine? What?
Your trick or tip when someone gets angry, or when you get angry? What do you try to do?
When I get angry,
so it doesn't affect people.
It depends on the situation. Like if I get mad, okay, I usually write it down on a paper and I burn it. Like I write all the negative things that I feel and the negative things that I feel about the person, okay, and I just burn the paper.
But I feel like the solutions you guys gave were post solutions or post situation. Let's say that right now you get into an argument with someone. And
I would just get up and leave.
Okay, there you go.
I would just get up and leave and like maybe calm down, let myself calm down. And then when I think about the situation again, I will think about it in a...
More objectively.
In a situation where I'm not like actually angry. Like, you know, I wasn't that angry, okay, at the time, okay? And then, I would assess the situation and be like, oh, if I'm wrong, I would be like, oh, hello. I was just like, thinking about the situation that happened, and I'm sorry if I was in the wrong.
Yeah, try to fix it later.
Yeah, try to fix it.
Yeah.
So basically dissociating, but in real life.
Technically, yes.
Well, that's basically what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Practical steps. Interesting.
What would you do? And did you have a situation where you were actually like pretty
I do get
bad?
angry sometimes.
Do you
Not
have
often,
anger
not
issues?
often. No, I don't have it. I used to.
You used to have anger
Yeah,
issues.
when I was younger, I used to be very impulsive, and like I would frown very quickly. Like you could see that this guy's mad at all, but not anymore. Now a problem that I still have is when I get angry, especially with my siblings. Sometimes I don't want anyone to speak. So like I get angry because I know myself. I know that if I'm very angry and I keep arguing and I keep talking, I could go mad. Like I could go nuts. I could hurt someone. I never do, but I could. So
Like verbally, right? Not violence.
it could go to violence. I never did, but like it could. I'm afraid
Okay.
that it does. So the thing that I do is I always tell everyone to shut up. That's it. Nobody speaks. Nobody continues on this topic because this topic made me angry, basically. And my siblings actually have a hard time understanding that. Not understanding that, but like they don't agree with that. They'd be like, okay, you're mad, just leave, why do you want us to shut up and whatnot? It's very funny when we speak about it in a normal setting. But in the situation itself, it's kind of annoying to me. But my way of dealing with anger is I just stop talking about the topic. First of all, I move on. If I can get away or find a different place to stay in, I just do that. I just leave. But also, one thing that I try to do, I'm not perfect, obviously, but there's actually hadith where Prophet says that whoever gets angry, if he is standing up, let him sit. If he's sitting, let him lay down. So like you have these different de-escalation methods whereby you calm your body. I try to do that sometimes.
Changing.
But most of the
what
time
you're
I
doing.
forget, so I don't.
I heard
Basically,
wudu.
changing.
Changing your
Wudu also,
posture,
yeah.
changing your position, all of that can actually impact your emotion and make you less violent. Let's say, I'm not a violent person, by the way, guys. I'm very pessimist.
I'd like to think I'm violent.
Dude, I'm violent too.
I'd like to think I'm violent.
People sometimes say that I give bold vibes, that I look very not scary, but like
You give off scary vibes, sometimes.
I don't think so.
No.
I don't
You're
think so.
not. You're not you.
Yeah, but I believe, you tell me if that's right or not, I believe that I give very friendly and very,
Yeah.
very good, I'm generally in a good mood. So I'd like to
Okay.
think that it does affect people around me. Like, don't people feel comfortable when they're around me? I don't know.
Okay, so before you speak, okay?
Okay.
You give off like bold vibes, bold, scary vibes, okay?
Okay.
You start speaking, okay? Everything is fine, Oh,
Yeah.
he's actually a friendly guy.
He's a nice guy.
Yeah,
He's always
exactly.
been.
ده اللي هو شكله بسكوتايه بس هيعورك. لا شكله هيعورك بس
شكله يعورك
بسكوتايه.
بس بسكوتية. Exactly.
Do you know the trend? Do you know the voice? So there's this TikTok trend thingy that went where it's like they film the friend group and they're like, oh, he looks violent, but he's actually not. He's actually he looks
Nice, but he's
nice,
violent.
but he's very violent. Stuff
Yeah.
like that, but in Egyptian. Anyway,
Interesting.
yeah.
Oh, okay. Noted for future references. I'll be more aware of that. What gives off that creepy vibe on my face?
I
Is
didn't
it the
say
way
creepy.
is it the way I look at people, or?
I didn't say creepy, I said scary. It's different.
Oh, I'll try to look more. I don't know what's the word, but
I'll probably say, يعني, not even scary, I'll probably say intimidating.
intimidating.
Yeah,
That's a strong word.
yeah.
Do I? That's good to know. Don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I'd like to take that as a compliment.
Okay, then. If you take it as a compliment, then it's okay.
Anyway, so here were some practical steps to de-escalate anger.
Ooh. Oh yeah, she said Surah Fatiha. Right?
Wudu.
You said wudu. Oh, I wanted
yes,
to say
making
Surah
wudu.
Fatiha. Oh my god. So one time I was like panicking. It was like so bad. And like I called my dad. I was like, I don't know what's happening. I don't know how to stop it. And he was like, say Surah Fatiha 7 times. And then I said that. And then subhanAllah, I just calmed down so quickly. It was weird. It was scary.
The Quran in general appeases the heart.
Surah Fatiha. Like even if you like have like body aches or body pain, just put your right hand on it, and just say Surah Fatiha 7 times. Works magic.
I don't know about that, but what I know for sure is there's an actual dua for when you're. So when you have a wound. No. When you have a wound or when you have somewhere that is hurting on your body, you put your hand on there. You say Bismillah first, and then you say 7 times. أعوذ بالله وقدرته من شر ما أجد وأحاضر. You say that's an actual hadith. You say that 7 times, and your pain will definitely either go away or decrease. But that's a practical thing. You can
Interesting.
say.
This is my first time hearing about that.
Yeah, there you go. We learn new things every day, I guess.
Exactly. Exactly. Usually back home, when I used to have like severe mental breakdowns, so like I used to like, cry to the point where I have headaches. Okay, it was really bad. Yeah. So what my dad used to tell me is that go to the bathroom, wash your face, and then do wudu and pray 2 rak'ahs to Allah. Just like that. No need for like an actual purpose. Just pray, because it actually helps you be calmer and like actually like rationally think about the situation or like a decision that you're making. So yeah, that's something that I took from back home and I came with it to Malaysia. So that's what I usually do. If I really have a really bad mental breakdown, I usually go to the bathroom and I wash up, and then I actually like do wudu, and then I pray. One of being a UTM student is praying at the beautiful mosque that we have here.
Oh yeah, we have such a lovely mosque.
This mosque has seen me at my worst. I swear to God.
We slept in the mosque.
We slept, we cried, we had mental breakdowns. We lived in the mosque at some point in our lives.
Yeah.
UTM Masjid.
That was
And my
very
heart.
insightful.
Awesome.
So we can retain from this discussion, dissociating from the event, change your poster, reading Quran, praying 2 rak'ahs. All of these are ways in which someone can avoid spreading the negative effect of their anger, let's say. In any case, thank you so much, guys, for this episode. And we thank our beautiful listeners. I don't see you guys, but I bet you guys are pretty good looking.
Don't put that.
MBS trying to get more listeners.
Oh my God.
Let's try new words, okay? And thanks to our wonderful listeners for tuning in. We catch you on the next one. Assalamu alaikum.
Bye.
Bye. Assalamu alaikum. Au revoir. Au revoir. How do you say bye? Wait. Annyeong?
That was fun.
Annyeong.
Salut.
بجد? That's which... really? Hasta la vista?
Salut.
Hasta la vista. I said it in 4 languages, I think. Except Chinese. Astaghfirullah.